His first outing this year, his opponent in the all-black trunks, the Italian based in Frankfurt, Michael Gonxhe.
I think this will be a very interesting contest where I think Hatton's made vast improvements over his last few fights. And this guy's been on a winning record 4 in a row, so they're crossing paths at the right time for him to get his experience, Hatton, really.
Triple jab there, couple downstairs, landed a right under the elbow before that as well. Gonxhe just a little bolo on the counter there, just up the middle. Well, Hatton, as we thought he would do, just targeting that body early. He's got 6 rounds to try and break his man up, remember.
Showing good feints and leading off the jab. He's definitely been putting the work in the gym. You can see the improvement with the head movement and working off the jab. Got a little bit sloppy there, trying to lead with the left hook.
He's been doing a little bit of sparring in the past with Joe Cordini, who's trying to get himself around the circuit and learn from whoever he can. He's just eating a few clean, just taking his head just staying on the line.
He needs to relax a little bit. You can see he's a little bit eager to impress, but he's walking into shots, so he just needs to calm it down a little bit, relax a little bit, and get back to his boxing.
Yeah, and Gonxhe himself, he's under a bit of sustained fire here, but he looks relaxed and he's just trying to pick some shots in between Hatton's work and having some success on the back foot so far. Again, just looks to fire that little bolo into the midsection.
He's throwing a beautiful counter uppercut. He has that bolo, as you said, to the midsection uppercut. Hatton's got to be careful of that.
It's a shot maybe to look out for Diego Pacheco and Jack Cullen in our main event a little bit later on. He baits that counter punch beautifully, and Jack Cullen, as we've seen in previous fights, has been hurt to the body. And he's resilient, he's spirited, and he's had a very good camp training alongside Callum Smith for the best part of 8 weeks. Our main event in Liverpool, live on the Zone tonight. Lovely 1-2 left hook from Hatton there, and Gonxhe just tries to get around the back of him and hold on.
It looks like Gonxhe's done a bit of his research. Where Campbell Hatton likes to go to his body. When he's dipping his head, that's probably why he started to lead with the uppercut. He's obviously done a bit of homework and research on his opponent.
Decent left hook there from Hatton as they threw at the same time, and Gonxhe just tries to turn the head in anticipation of that right hand. It was beautifully timed too, just whistle past him.
Campbell Hatton's definitely come to get stuck in tonight.
He landed a stiff right hand just as they broke apart there.
He's wasting no time at all.
Yeah, set decent work rate in this first round. Gonxhe's had his moments of success as well, just on volume landed, and watching Hatton as the man that's pressing the fight, just give him this first round. You can see Gonxhe still just getting warmed up, just still going through the gears here, but that was a good first round.
Good first round.
A busy first round from Campbell Hatton.
Yeah, Campbell Hatton didn't come to the feel-out process there at all.
You see Gonxhe's got a little bit of know-how though, just turning the head to try and ride those shots. That's probably the cleanest 3-punch combination that Hatton landed in that first round, but he was starting to turn that cheek as the right hand was on its way.
Yeah, beautiful right hand right there from Campbell Hatton. Beautiful time with the left hook following behind. He done the right thing by tying off his man when he was hurt. But a beautiful variety from Campbell Hatton.
Never get bored of listening to Matthew Hatton telling stories from the old days, going over to fight Canelo Alvarez before he was Canelo Alvarez, really. Wealth of experience in the corner. Kerry Kay's there too, was a long time cut man of Carl Froch.
Oh, beautiful left hook from Campbell Hatton, beautiful left hook.
Left hook on the way out, Gonxhe responds, just digging away to the body.
The tone's definitely been set for this fight. You can see he's a counter puncher, Campbell Hatton's the aggressor. The tone's been set, we can see what both fighters are looking to do in this contest.
Gonxhe seems to see a fair bit coming when he's thinking defence first. He's able to see the shots, just take the sting off of them, but just takes a glancing right hand there. Decent jab from the German-based Italian as Hatton just wings away to the flanks. A little bit of reddening under the elbows of Gonxhe. They exchange jabs again. Hatton bustling forwards, aggressive, trying to really impose himself on his opponent.
Gonxhe being very smart. He's just trying to, as you said, take his feet out, counter off of it. And Campbell Hatton's now finding his range, finding his feet. You can see he's landing a lot more. Beautiful right hand right there. And he's landing a lot more. He's starting to find his range. And this is what it is with these contests. It's the fighters finding their timing, their range. And Campbell Hatton's now finding it already in the second round.
Just dropping the head off the line, watching that jab sail past him as he just steps on him on the front foot again, trying to make the space for Gonxhe a little bit tighter. Again, the Italian just firing that little short uppercut to the midsection.
Showing some brute strength there, Campbell Hatton, not letting his man tie him up.
Yeah, certainly the change in his physique has been notable. He basically hasn't been out of the gym for 2 years since he started. Very, very busy.
Full combination.
First year as a pro. That was lovely, wasn't it?
Beautiful to the body. He's breaking his man down.
Yeah, Gonxhe trying to find the exit and just breathes out heavily for the first time.
Good body shot.
Felt that under the elbow as well.
Oh, now he's bringing the uppercuts in. Oh, Campbell Hatton, this is beautiful boxing from him, measuring his man. Bring the uppercuts to the body shots. He's really getting stuck in here.
Yeah, just maybe smothering his own work a little bit there. Just sure Matthew Hatton will remind him just to take that half step back when he's bustling forward and he's got his man on the rope, just to give himself space and leverage more than anything. But Gonxhe's demeanour and his body language is certainly just one of a fighter that's waned a little in the last minute or so. Credit to the pressure that Hatton has put on his man so far, just feinting to try and draw a reaction there. Steps in again and Gonxhe holds. Mark Lyson just bringing him back to the centre of the ring, and Hatton putting the shots together again.
Going to the body there, even on the way out there. You can see Campbell Hatton's targeting that body.
Time that jab, time it.
Very good round for Campbell Hatton.
Well, a very good round indeed. He's still taking a fair few shots, but looking comfortable in the fire and turning up the heat on Michael Gonxhe, who just started to wane a little bit towards the second half of that round. And well, he looked a little gassy in his first 2 or 3, and he was, as you said, keen to impress, but he set a really high work rate here, and he doesn't look out of breath in the corner.
Yeah, his fitness has definitely improved. I don't know if the fights or the camps over the time is definitely helping him push on, but he's definitely always more relaxed. Either one, he's definitely shown his fitness is improving, definitely in these contests.
I think you will know the same with Conor Benn in the early days, that the criticism you can get for being the son of a famous father can make you or break you. It can be the thing that turns you away from the sport, the thing that becomes almost an acidic fuel to the fire. And clearly he's been working extremely hard. Every time you speak to him, he's in the gym grafting away. You can see from his physique the improvements in just the fundamentals, the basics. We know he's got good advice and training in the gym in his corner, but he's the one that's got to do the work, and just shades that he's starting to pay dividends here. He didn't miss by much there, just wing one in, and Gonxhe just tries to fight off the ropes, and
Oh, they're having a firefight here. They're both standing there, planting their feet, sinking their toes into the canvas and really having a firefight. They've got to be careful here. This is where the defensive skills you learn in the gym will come into play right now.
Yeah, it was a good response from the Italian, just to remind him. I was a little out of gas in the last round, but I'm still here.
He tried to get through the counter uppercut as well and got caught with his own counter right there.
Again, Gonxhe's got good instinct on that little cheek turn as the right comes. He knows when it's on the way. Sometimes his head spins and
Gonxhe just feel a beautiful counter uppercut.
That was nice.
Right to the body, to the left hook.
Yeah,
beautiful. Campbell Campbell Hatton's got to be careful and stay switched on, because you can see his man ain't here to lie down. He ain't done. He's still got more in the tank to let go. So he's got to be careful, and he's have educated pressure now, and that's better working behind the jab.
Yeah, just a sense that Hatton wants to outwill his man rather than outbox him here. He feels he's the physically stronger of the pair. I think he's right.
Well, he showed that early signs on when they got into the clinch and he threw his man off. He showed he's the physically stronger man, and that would have gave him loads of confidence in that ring.
And when that camera does go to the wide, you can just see the reddening under the left elbow of Gonxhe. Just see it on the lats at the back of him as well there. Evidence of those body shots that have landed with regularity for Hatton, who's maintained a really good pace.
Very good pace, and he won't let his man breathe. The man he's not giving him a chance to breathe. He's going to the body, so he's breaking him down systematically to the body and the pressure. Oh, got caught with a good right hand in the mix there, Campbell Hatton.
Gonxhe again just looking for that counter uppercut, but there's a little bit of labouredness to his work, starting to breathe a little heavier, feet a little flatter as well, and
he's not got that sting or the sharpness that he proved he had in the first round anymore. He's sounding getting broken down, and body shots are paying dividends now from Campbell Hatton.
And just rakes another long right to the body and covers up to absorb the counters on the gloves. So that was a nice left hook from Gonxhe. Just turns himself back to the ring. Good job from the Italian.
Him, I'm still here, and now he's being the aggressor. Now he's being the aggressor. He's landing beautiful shots. Campbell Hatton has to be careful here.
Yeah, he's just gathering himself for little bursts and raids, the Italian. Just little reminders for Hatton that even though he's in control of the fight and he's the one pressing the fight, that there is a little danger still there on the return. That was a really good third round again.
Keep yourself nice and tight. Tight. And when he stops punching, back to the back. Take a nice big deep
Yeah, good advice there from Matthew Hatton in the corner. He's maybe picking up at home slightly clearer than we are, but he just said just need to keep tight and compact. And I think that's what I had in my pre-fight notes. That Gonxhe his game does like to let his hands go, but he does give you shots, and he is wide with his punches. You can punch with him, punch in between his shots, and the more compact Campbell Hatton stays at this point, the better he's going to be.
Yeah, 100%. I think he's showing great variety on his work on the attacks, but he's got to think about being defensively. As his trainer just said to him, you've got to stay tight, keep your hands up on that mix. You don't want to get caught with a counter, you know, with these small gloves, anyone can hot punch, so you've got to be careful really. Moving up the levels, you don't want to start getting into bad habits.
That's been a pretty frantic pace to the halfway point here as we head into round number 4.
Beautiful double jab.
Hands up.
Gonxhe's game though, all the stick he takes, he's firing back, he's in there, he's not shying away from the battle or the fire. He wants to get stuck in himself and going well to the body just there. Very good body shots. Very good body shots. And there's the counters, he just slips his feet out and counters, fires straight over the top of the shots, Gonxhe.
Yeah, particularly when Hatton just leads off with that slightly wide left hook. He's able to just punch inside of him, have a little bit of success, and those moments of success are fewer and further between than Hatton's, but when he does put the shots together, still got plenty about him here. Hatton just misses with 3 or 4 jabs, left hook to the body, lands.
Good body shot in that exchange there. Campbell Hatton went well to the body.
Rolling up, Campbell. Creep in and roll and hook.
Gonxhe's trying to take those feet back and land the counter. Just as I say it, he lands. Just look for that uppercut.
Keep rolling in, rolling in.
He's trying.
That's what he's got to pin his hopes on here, isn't he? Just trying to walk Campbell Hatton onto something big that can take the wind out of him, or to buzz him and then try and go through the gears himself.
Yeah.
He knows he'll be there to be hit. Can he find the shot that does the damage?
I think that's why Matthew Hatton's also, his trainer's telling him to not stay tall, to roll the shots and then come in with the left hook. And he's trying to instruct him to get out of the way of the fire on his way in.
Yeah, he's a little upright sometimes when he's letting the 1-2s go, just vulnerable on the counter. Gonxhe doesn't seem to have the firepower, certainly not to this point, to trouble him. But as he goes up the levels, that is something that he will have to tighten up.
Yeah, of course. So you go up the levels, they can punch harder and harder, so he's got to be very careful. Showing good signs of feint and head movements, but sometimes he just switches off a little bit, Campbell Hatton. A good counter left hook from him right there, though. Very good shot. but he's got to be careful of that uppercut again. Gonxhe's still throwing that counter uppercut. He's a very good counter puncher, but he don't seem to have the power to hurt Campbell Hatton.
Yeah, Italian's doing well here, just walking him onto a few shots. Hatton just replying to every 2 or 3 with a single left to the body. Again, just physically being the bully. Gonxhe's had a good spell there on the back foot. It's the first signs of fatigue just creeping in for Hatton here. It's been a really frantic pace through these.
He's kept a very high pace throughout this contest, and I'm very surprised. As I was saying, he's obviously doing his gym work. He's kept a high pace and been able to throw it, and he looks like he's still got enough pop in each shot. He's not even fading with his punch power so far, so Campbell Hatton showing he's definitely been doing the work in the gym.
Yeah, certainly has a little wry smile from Gonxhe there, just a mouse appearing under his right eye, just evidence of a couple of those left hooks landing. No doubt they just get the end swell on to that just before it becomes anything more dangerous. But the Italian, Craig, as you mentioned there, just putting his shots together well up close, just almost a sense that he's got a bit of a second wind in that round.
Yeah, he did. Definitely got to see, look, there's that uppercut again. He's landed that uppercut. He's been looking for that all night, and he's been getting it, creeping through and getting it now and again throughout some of the rounds, and that's what Campbell Hatton's got to work on. He's got to be careful with that and listen to his coach to keep moving his head.
He was sharp in the first minute. After that first minute, give it him.
I think one of the main takeaways from this, when they review it, Craig, will probably be just to try and start as they go towards 6 and 8 rounds. Well, as he is here, of course, once they go towards 8 rounds, it's just to pace himself a little more in the early stages.
Yeah.
He come at the trap so fast, but you always need to do that. Got to save yourself for key moments in fights. And well, he's showing here that he's been working on his S&C. He's been physically looking better and better each time, and his engine's better. But he's still got work to do here, and just the pace, the timing, going up and down those gears, crucial in his development.
He's definitely heading in the right direction. He's definitely looks like he's improved time and time again.
Gonxhe just trying to step around and give himself some space to work again, just keeping the hands high and tight, riding the impact. It's a stiff jab that time.
Campbell Hatton shows good signs of boxing at times when he works behind the jab. If he can maintain that a bit further before he goes in for his attack and listens to his trainer moving his head before he goes to the body, you can see if he puts it together, he's going to be a very, very good fighter.
Just thudding those shots into the body, just keeping himself small and watching that counter uppercut whistle pass, but again, just leaving the feet behind him with that left hook. And again, that could just be the signs of fatigue as well, and he's taking the impact of that uppercut with the rear hand. A nice clean right that time.
Yeah, he's getting caught with a few sloppy shots unnecessarily.
Pushing back again. Come on, sharper. The man's low, step on it. Body now. Good. Again. Good.
Very impressive his engine today, though. Very impressive his engine.
Good. Body in head with it. Don't get predictable. Good. Again.
With the Italian slowing down. Oh, he landed a beautiful right hand right there.
Head moving.
Just as I was saying, he looked like he was just slowing down. He landed a peach of a right hand.
Put the back hand on it.
Gonxhe trying to step on him, Hatton just taking the feet back. Lands the jab, just shelling up and just trying to give himself a little bit of a breather here. Just negotiate the last minute of
There's that
round number 5. But Gonxhe's landed a couple of good shots there. Hatton's just slowed a little in this round.
Got caught with a big left hook right there.
Just lifted up, the right hand drifted out of position.
This is what he's got to be careful, keep raising that chin on the exchanges, and this is what we were talking about earlier. He went to the body well, and then he came upstairs with a left hook.
And this is where just that pacing in those frantic early couple of rounds, taking 10 or 15% off of that pace, just gives you a little bit extra in these moments where things start to get tough. Gonxhe's still there, still working with him to exchange jabs. 10 seconds to go in round number 5. Left hook from Hatton.
Campbell's still firing, but he is showing sloppy signs in the later rounds of getting caught with shots like this. Really, he needs to really think about his defense as well as his offense.
Had to work hard in that round.
Yeah, he did. He definitely had to work hard in it, and he's showing like his opponents in front of him constantly as well. So he's making him also work as well. So he needs to sometimes take the breathers when he needs the breathers. Land a beautiful counter right hand right there.
That was like you and Jake Paul, wasn't it? Lovely little slip right hand there, bang on the button.
My guy went down when I landed it.
I remember it well. He led off with the right hand that time, and Gonxhe again just standing and trading with him.
He's gamey, Gonxhe's very game, you know.
Yeah, just not quite physical enough to push Hatton back. And
nah, he's got the heart, but he just hasn't got the physical strength, and that's the problem in this contest. If he had the physical strength as well, it would definitely come along. Competitive.
Well, an all-Liverpool derby coming up next, a really good one at middleweight. Paddy Lacey, how will he deal with the pressure that James McCarthy will no doubt bring?
It's going to be a brilliant contest.
Certainly is. Up next, as is Aki Fiaz and Dean Dodge at super featherweight, over 8 rounds. Those two fights coming up next. Really good finish to our pre-broadcast segment. Welcome if you're just joining us. Chris Lloyd alongside Craig Spider Richards here at the commentary desk, making his commentary debut, doing a great job as well as Campbell Hatton just comes to centre ring, lets the 1-2 go. Gonxhe now trading with him, knowing that the end is in sight here, but Hatton knows it too, and he's stalking his man now.
He came out, he threw a beautiful left hook to the head and left hook to the body, and now he's really looking for the stoppage. He's really winging them in, he's landing these shots.
Yeah, the overhand rights and lefts now, just trying to catch Gonxhe on the turn, and the Italian just willing Campbell back, trying to force those shots through the guard.
He's finding his range beautiful in this round. It's like he's came to life in the 6th round again. He dipped a little bit in the 5th round, he's come out in the 6th and he's landing beautiful shots. You can see he really wants a stoppage in this. Oh, beautiful right hand from Campbell Hatton. He took it well though, Gonxhe took it very well. He's got a very good chin.
Matthew Hatton in the corner just telling his nephew keep things tight, and of course Hatton will want to get the stoppage. He's willing himself forward, just don't know whether he's able to catch the Italian clean enough with the right shot in order to do it, but he is starting to just wane a little bit, and Hatton certainly, if nothing else, won the war of attrition here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Outwilled his man, outworked him,
Oh, beautiful right hand followed by the left hook. Gonxhe felt it there, you saw him take a deep breath as his gum shield slipped out. But he's just always firing back, his game, he's always firing back, he just doesn't give anything up, he doesn't start weltering when he gets hit with big shots.
No, but he's really working now. Mark Lyson, for the first time in the contest, just had a look at him for a moment, because his eyes were the tell there. Another stiff 1-2, he's just not quite seeing the shots coming as he was for large portions of the contest. He lets the hands go.
Beautiful right hand, he's fired back Gonxhe.
Hatton's hands are in a good position.
He's in a real fight here, Campbell Hatton. He's landed a beautiful right hand back himself. Both men showing tremendous heart, and they both show a lot of will to win this. Oh, beautiful combination from Gonxhe for a 3-shot combination. And Campbell Hatton, you can just see he's the physically stronger man. When he hits Gonxhe, you can see him, he falls back on his heels. Oh, beautiful
left hook on the break there, jab. Just steps on him again. Gonxhe keeps the hands up, but he's looking late, but he's looking tired now. Chips away, tries to find the exit, manages to do so. Just over 20 seconds in the final round.
He's throwing a lot of shots, but there's not a lot in it in Gonxhe. Oh, beautiful combination by Campbell Hatton. Beautiful combination.
And this has been a really good fight to watch, you know.
A very good fight, to be fair. It's heated up as the rounds have gone on, to be fair. Both men are not giving away anything. Oh, beautiful.
Sinks the left hand into the body. Last exchange of the contest. Really entertaining scrap there. Campbell Hatton really had to work for that one. Michael Gonxhe did at points to stay in the contest, but he did so. And every time he looked like he was going to fade, he rallied and came back at Hatton. And well, Matthew Hatton congratulating him as well, because he's played a part in a really good 6-rounder. And well, it's all about learning for Campbell Hatton, as we know at this point.
Oh,
he would have learned plenty in this tonight.
Yeah, definitely. He would have learned loads in that contest. You know, both men was game, both of them firing, landing beautiful shots. Both showed good signs of a good chin tonight.
We were talking about your experience with Chad Sugden at your call a few years ago. Sometimes you get in with opponents and you're not expecting, and you get a little bit more than you bargained for.
Yeah.
Good experiences.
It was a very good experience. I remember I hit him with everything. Both his eyes was closed. I think his nose was broken. He's still hanging in there.
Mark Lyson is standing by with both the fighters. Let's head to David Diamante for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action here in Liverpool, we go to referee Mark Lyson's scorecard. It reads 59-55 for your winner. And he's still undefeated, Campbell, the Hurricane Hatton. Ladies and